Welcome to Coffee with Karl, where thoughtful conversation meets strong coffee. I'm your host, Karl Meneghella, coming to you from Prayer Buddhist University here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. This show is about ideas, big and small. Ideas to get you thinking. It is my pleasure today to welcome Mr. Darat Kim. He's the Director of the Leadership Academy here at PSBU. So good to see you again. Thank you very much.
Yes, good to see you too. Thank you so much for having me here today.
So today we're going to talk about internationalization.
Right.
And specifically how it relates to PSBU,
Yes.
how it relates to Cambodian students, and how it relates to the Leadership Academy.
Yes.
Would you like to give us a little bit of your background?
Well, I am the Director of International Relation Department of PSB Universities, and also the co-founder of and directors of PSBU Leadership Academy as well.
Very good. So in your words, what would you use like a definition for internationalization, how it relates to PSBU?
Well, our PSBU is universities. We provide their education service to the public and to the Cambodian student. For internationalization for PSBU, for me, it means putting PSBU in a level of international standards.
Ah, okay, so international standards,
Yes.
giving it prominence in the region and globally.
Yes, both region and globally.
What about as far as the teaching and learning for internationalization?
Well, we think that the students, faculty, staff need to understand about the word internationalizations, and what we are trying to do is we put internationalization in the front because this is the need in terms of the social evolutions and the globalizations.
Yes.
So we develop a lot of things and we create lots of programs, events and opportunity to our students. For example, let's say we collaborate with the other universities in the other countries in order to find the opportunity for our students to do a exchange program.
Excellent.
Getting scholarship to study there, or joining for our faculty staff to join the training in order to develop their ability in terms of designing their learning program and developing the ability of setting up their administration system to ensure that our universities run smoothly and effectively, successfully as well.
Yes, yes. But you're not just sending your people internationally outside, you're also bringing people in from the other countries, correct?
We also used to send our people outside.
No, I'm saying not only sending
Yes,
outside, you're also bringing people in.
Yes, of course.
Could we talk about some of the people you bring in? What are some of the programs where you bring in students or faculty?
Well, we right now we are implementing a lot of international workshop, international trainings. So we invite the experts from the different countries, for example, from Australia, from England, from India, from Sri Lanka, and the other country to help sharing their knowledge and experience, especially about the international overview in terms of academic development for our students and staff.
Yes.
The thing is, we would like to to let our students understand that right now, because of the globalization, they cannot just understand what is happening inside the country. They have to understand what is happening inside the country, inside the regions, and also globally as well. They have to open their mind. They're just not sitting in the box.
Yes, yes.
Market is very competitive, and what they are doing is right now they're trying to learn in order to get the opportunity to jump into the competitive market by developing their ability through education.
Do you think that Cambodian students see themselves as being international and part of the region, or is their view still about Cambodia?
I think so, because right now we can see that there are lots of Cambodian students flying outside in order to learn, to pursue their education, for example, in United States, in England, in Canada, in Australia, Singapore, or some of the Asian countries as well. So besides continuing the degree program, they also take part in cultural exchange, also doing the internship and volunteer with the non-government organizations and also the other international company outside the country too.
Does PSBU help students with their internships?
Yes.
I think that's phenomenal. That's very good. So if they're doing international, like it or not, English is now the lingua franca of the world.
Yes, yes.
All right? There's no getting away from that. For example, my wife is Thai. If she has a colleague who is Malaysian, the common language they will use to talk to each other is English.
Right.
So how important is English proficiency for Cambodian students?
Right, English is the basic tool of communication. In terms of internationalization, they have to understand that what is their main language to use in order to communicate with the others when they are flying outside or when they are communicate with their people coming inside. So right now at PSBU universities, we also design lots of English programs that can help develop their English proficiency. For example, let's say we have like the weekday class and weekend class. Right now we also have the advanced English level for the student applying scholarship. That's why you asked me about internationalization.
Exactly.
So we have the program for scholarships too.
Yes, exactly right.
This is the point that we are pushing the student to that level.
I think it's very good. I know you have some weekend programs. I've seen when Mr. Steve comes up here.
Yes.
You have other programs as well. You have the international workshop. That was a 2-day program. You've had several of those.
Yes.
The weekend workshops. What other programs do you have for the students?
We have the PSBU career centers. PSBU Career Center developed a workshop and training for the student to develop their organizational skills. For example, let's say the 2 days international workshop, we putting in the program of PSBU Career Center. So when the student joining this program, so they can learn the new skills, organizational skill. For example, let's say what I just done is about self-management, and the others trainers talking about time management. So they learn about planning, they learn about raising their strategic plan, doing a lot of things. And with this kind of training, we develop we call an international zone. We use the English language in order to communicate with the students, because we would like to let the other students know that. So right now we're international universities, and we are in the stage of understanding and getting involved with internationalization.
Exactly.
So the student, they need to inspire themselves to learn more English, to develop their English proficiency. And the other program is about PSBU entrepreneur. So we cooperate with their institutions called KE, Khmer Enterprise. You heard like Khmer Enterprise.
Yes.
It seems like it's only about Khmer. But actually it's not about like that. Khmer Enterprise means that inspire the Khmer people to learn about entrepreneurship in the context of inside the country, internal, regional, and global context. So we develop this program. We help the student to understand what entrepreneurship is, because actually entrepreneur figure out what are their difficulties, what are the problem of the society, and they have to find way to deal with this problem. And they have to understand the natures of being entrepreneurship is understanding the problem, trying to solve the problems, and trying to develop the economy at the same time. Rather than just giving donation, but making a new job, giving more opportunity, and putting them in a level that they can compete with the others, not only inside the country, but also outside the country as well.
In Thailand, they have a program called OTOP.
Yes.
One Tambon, one product.
Right.
And the Tambon is a village, and the product, obviously, then it's one village having a product. And I saw this firsthand with one village where they had reeds along the Klong, along the river.
Yes.
And these reeds, when they dry, become very spongy.
Yes.
And this village was using the reeds, drying them out, and then cutting them and selling them as packing material.
Yes.
That actually took the village being less reliant on seasonal work and actually having a steady revenue stream.
Yes.
That to me is entrepreneurship, identifying an opportunity or a niche or a gap.
Yes.
And unfortunately, a lot of students think of entrepreneurship as being IT or being one of the sexy industries, and they forget that, and as you said, identifying a need, for example.
Yes.
Do you have programs like that in Cambodia?
Yes, of course. We have lots of programs like that in Cambodia, I guess, too. And our universities also is developing this program too. So the rest two examples. The first one, I did this program by myself, and actually I conduct a group of students. We call it entrepreneur program, but we call a bag project. So the students, they go to the community make a bag, original bag, no design, no artwork, and we figured out that this bag can sell in the market.
Yes.
Especially because of their productivity. So we would like to promote the economic of the community by building their economic conditions. So we cooperate with the head of the community in order to get the bag, and then we have a group of students understanding what is the design, what is the artworks that the buyer or the consumers want to have, or they like, and then they buy the bag and then they design by themselves.
Yes.
So after the design, they sell the bag in the market. Right now, those bags are sold, in the Russian market.
Right.
This is the first example, and what we are doing inside our universities right now, because we have we basically, establish our sub program called community entrepreneur. So we also work with the community, and we have the people who are responsible for that.
Yes.
We know that the community needs something, especially they need us. So, and we need them too. We need each other. So we went to the community and look what are the potential of the community, because actually each community has different potential. And we figured out that that community is very good at producing cashew nut. And at the same time, within the program Community Entrepreneur, so we help the students, especially the students studying business administration, understanding how to run, how to manage, and how to make the project or business successful by using the product from the community to sell in the market. So we design a program, we design a certificate program. The student learn many courses, we call supporting courses. For example, let's say project management, or marketing management, accounting management, entrepreneur leadership, or something like that. So the student started to understand the concept and the foundation of doing the business. So, and this is only the idea, but in practical, they have to apply this idea in the real business. So,
and that to me is the hook, the
Yes.
magic part. You went from the theory to
Yes.
application.
Yes.
And please explain more about the application.
So what I just mentioned is only about the theory. It's an idea. So of course we do the business. We need to have ideas.
Yes.
Business idea. So we use the cashew nut as the raw material from the community, and the student need to figure out how can they innovate, how can they they make those cashew nut to become a very good product,
a desirable
in the market.
product.
Yes,
Yes,
a desirable
absolutely.
product in the market, because right now the people start feeling that health is very important. I like to eat something healthy, right? So cashew nut is a healthy food. So because I understand this is the need of the people to be healthy. So making the cashew nut product can help the people and can help the community. So right now we have a set of students with 30 students. They are learning these courses. And the next plan is we bring those students to visit the community and work with their, we call cashew nut associations, in order to get the raw material. And at the same time, we also help the community to make their raw material to become a final product. So we have two ways. The first is getting the raw material and putting it in the factory. Second way is helping the community themselves to make those raw material to be the final product, and we bring those products to the market and sell.
Let's move away from community for a minute.
Yes.
Back to internationalization.
Yes.
So I believe you also have a cohort of students from Sri Lanka.
Yes.
How's that going, that program?
Well, that program now going well, smooth. The student they really value our programs.
Yes.
Right now they start understanding that actually universities in Cambodia also become international.
Yes, absolutely.
Because of what we are doing and what we have achieved during the last 3 or 4 years. We are the members of IAU, and we visit many different international universities, both inside and outside the country. We develop our program. We have lots of projects. We have the expert from international, from the country outside, from the country outside Cambodia.
Yes.
Experts, So they come in, and those are the things that our expert students, especially students from Sri Lanka, start feeling that, PSBU is very internationalized.
Yes, I like it.
Yes.
If we're going to do internationalization, by definition, it means leaving your comfort zone.
Yes.
how can the university help mitigate culture shock with students? What can the university do to help students become more prepared for an international experience? So not the academic side, I know
Yes.
you're teaching them. What else can the university do to help prepare a student to venture forth to another country and survive?
Yes. So the first, when we talk about culture shock, we have to understand why culture shock happens. So if you travel around and asking people about, okay, so if you want to go outside Cambodia, and what is your problem? And they're gonna say, oh, because of language, I don't speak English. So because of the language, they feel culture shock. If they know English, if they can speak English, and they can communicate by using English language, and they can reduce a barrier, we call a trip constraint. So we develop the English ability for our students, our PSBU students, and we also help the student to understand about the different cultures. As you can see right now, social media is very developed. It become worldwide. So the Cambodian student using smartphone and checking Google, watching YouTube, looking at Facebook. So they play it every day, and they also not chatting only with Cambodian people. They're also chatting with foreigners.
Good.
Right? They start making friends with foreign peoples, talking to them, and at the same time, they're also familiar with talking to the foreigners inside the country as well.
Yes, yes.
So if you travel around, you will see a lot of international schools, including PSB universities. They have the foreign friends. This is one case, and another case is about the program of the universities sending the student outside. So.
Where are some places you've sent students? Where are some of the places you've sent?
We send the student to the university in different countries.
Yeah.
Actually, right now we are developing a program of doing this, and we already have the MOU with those universities.
Have they had any trips yet to those universities? Have there been any tours so far?
The only tour, actually right now we have collaborate with the international university inside the country, our student working with foreign students inside the country, but outside the country we plan to do it at the end of this year.
Right, okay, that's what I was getting at, because again, having those internationalization experiences for the students is critical. I'd like to end with a question which I think is going to be very good for our viewers.
Yes.
What single piece of advice would you give students to help them become more international, become more competent? What would be your, imagine I know you have children, imagine you're giving advice to your children, what would be the single piece of advice you would give them?
Yes, the first one is they have to be open-minded. They have to be ready to accept new things. And the second is they have to learn language, because language is a tool of
Which language?
English language.
Yes.
So
and that's one of the, unfortunately, that is the international language, yeah.
yes, this is the international language. So they have to learn English, be able to speak or communicate in English language. Why I said like that? Because actually, people in Cambodia, we were from war in history, and right now our country is developing. Our government are working hard in order to bring the people out and bring the investor in. So they can engage with the people in different atmospheres,
Yes.
even they're inside the country or even outside the country.
Yes.
So we send lots of students outside the country. I don't mean that only. I don't mean
From
PSB University,
yes,
but
I
also the
understand.
other
Other universities, yes.
as well. So the students have to be open-minded, and they have to be ready. They have to understand about the globalizations.
Yeah.
So within the evolution of technology that we can see in social media, they also get the cultural flow. For example, let's say the art from Korea, from Japan, from United States, from England.
So
I can observe that even my students, they like to sing English songs. English songs,
yes.
English songs.
I'd like to go back though, the one single piece of advice.
Yes.
So you're saying being open-minded. So there's actually two pieces of advice: open-minded and language acquisition.
Yes.
I think it's a very good message there. And I'd love to be able to come back in, say, 12 months' time to talk about the success of the international programs from PSBU.
Yes, of
Mr.
course.
Tarat, thank you so much
Thank
for your
you so
time
much.
today. I really appreciate it. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you so much.
And to our viewers, thank you for watching. Think big, stay curious, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. I'm Karl Meneghella, and this has been Coffee with Karl. Until our next episode, keep learning. Thank you.